What are these folders? What significance do they have? They may look like papers cluttering a desk, but in reality, each of these folders represents a life. The life of a child in need, the life of a family. These folders also represent hope, the hope for a solution, the hope for therapy. These folders, these children, should not be neglected. They need a special place where hope can be found, a place like AMAD. AMAD stands for the Association in Mendoza for the Activities of the Disabled. In Spanish, the word means love.
It's important
to emphasize that the institution began 20 years ago through meeting a family who had a child with a severe physical handicap.
Before AMAD, the family would have had no hope for their child with disabilities.
AMAD,
faced with a struggling administration, was ready to close its doors when, just at that moment, members of a congregation decided to take responsibility of the institution.
Since then, more than 300 children have been helped through the program.
From the very beginning, our primary motivation has come from the love that God has placed in our hearts. God has given us a burden to help the many people who do not have the same possibilities and opportunities that we do. Because this burden comes from Him, we can also believe that He will provide the strength, resources, and wisdom to serve effectively. Today, AMAD is a therapeutic and educational center working with children and youth who have multiple handicaps. In order to work with these types of patients, the staff must have specialized training.
Unfortunately, AMAD has outgrown the current facilities that they are renting.
We don't have our own building, and this, to an extent, limits the function that the institution can provide to the people of Mendoza.
This not only limits the specialized staff in their work, but also restricts the number of children that AMAD is able to help.
Because it doesn't depend exclusively on our desires. The desire to receive the children is there, and the professional commitment is there, but the lack of resources is a strong limitation.
Remember the folders? Over 20 families are waiting for their children to be admitted into AMAD. But because AMAD does not have the resources to move into a larger, more appropriate facility of their own, the pile of folders representing these families continues to grow.
And we know that if they're not in AMAD, they're not in another place either. This causes us anguish because we believe it is possible to modify. We believe that the rehabilitation and the change in quality of life for these people is possible. But we also have to be sincere in relation to our ethical commitment to not take more patients than we can favorably serve for their development. Because of this, unfortunately, we are unable to receive everyone who is in need.
To effectively reach children for another 20 years, AMAD needs a better space. You can be the hope that these children desperately need. You could be the relief for worried parents who just want their child to grow to their full potential. You could help hundreds of children in the future who would otherwise perish. Don't let these children remain neglected.